Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Where the Heck Are the Albans? And where the heck are the Albans? Well, once again, it's just me today. I'm actually going home from work, but I decided to come on here and just talk for a little bit. Somebody had mentioned that they want to hear some more stories, and since we're not really going anywhere right now, just because of the illnesses and things like that, we will be going somewhere this weekend, though. I'm just letting you know. So there'll be a new vlog coming up on that. But I'll tell you a couple stories. Also, tonight is the blood moon, the blood wolf moon. Oh, so I'll hopefully I'll be able to show you some of the blood moon. I'm not 100% sure. It has been super clear, super sunny all day long, and I don't know if you can see or not. I'm gonna turn the camera around. Look at all the clouds rolling in. So that's what we were seeing, like way up there, is just all the clear sky. And now we got all these clouds moving in. So hopefully you will be able to see the blood moon. I don't know or not. So we'll see. So anyways, some people have asked me a few questions. And so I thought, what the heck, I'll give you some answers. Someone asked not too long ago on another vlog, and it was a vlog that we did like a while ago, but they asked, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living? And I don't think I've ever talked about what I do for a living. I was for years in HVAC, so heating and air conditioning and ventilation and hot water tanks, all that good stuff. So I now work, I have my own business, so I'm my own boss, but right now I kind of got out of the heating and air part of it, and I work with a home inspection company. And when people in Illinois, I don't know what are all the rules across the country in different states, but in Illinois, you have 5 days to get an inspection done if you're buying a house. And then if there's any major concerns, the seller has to either make repairs or take some money off the price of the house in order for you to get those repairs done. So I look at all the HVAC equipment. So I do anywhere from 3 to 5 jobs a day. I drive all over the place. So I am about an hour away from the house today, but I've been back and forth and here and there, and I go all over the place. So I just make sure that the furnace or boiler or hot water tank and the air conditioning is all working correctly. I let people know how old all their equipment is, and basically make sure that everything is safe. No carbon monoxide, things like that. So that's what I do. That's what I do for a living now. So they were wondering what I did for a living, because we're able to take so many trips, take so much time off, things like that. But being my own boss, I set my own schedule. So if the company that I do inspections for, they ask over text, they say, hey, can you do this job? And I don't have to explain myself or anything. I'll either just say yes or I'll say no. And they just say, okay, either way. And when we go on vacation, I just let them know I won't be available from this date to this date, things like that. So that's it. That's what I do for a living. Becky, she works seasonally. She works for a lawn sprinkler service. Now, being in the lawn sprinkler service in Chicagoland, nobody uses a lawn sprinkler service during the winter months. So she's sort of like a teacher where she gets certain months off, and those are the winter months. But she has, I think she gets off in, like, I think November 1st is her first day off, and then she goes back mid-March. But the great thing about it and how she gets paid and everything is she still gets paid even though she's not working. So it's all spread out over a 12-month, her salary is. So that's what she does. Of course, Emerson, she works in a call center right now. She works full-time, and she's also a full-time student at college. She goes to college. And then Vivian, I always joke, she's the bum of the family. She doesn't do a darn thing to make any kind of income at the ripe old age of 14. Her job is strictly go to school and get good grades, which she does. So that's what we all do for a living, all in a nutshell. So, why did I get out of HVAC? Here's the story part of it. Something I don't think I've told anybody else, or any of you guys. I had to stop doing HVAC because of sharp objects. I had a heart attack. I had a heart attack on my 42nd birthday. Yes, we were, or I was, at a karaoke bar with some friends, celebrating my 42nd birthday. Becky did not come with us because of the fact that our sitter, our babysitter at that time, the girls, of course, were much younger. The sitter had to cancel on us. So she said, well, the plans have already been made. Go ahead, go out with all of our friends and go celebrate your birthday. So I did. One of our friends said, will you sing a duet with me? And I said, sure. And we were up on stage and we were singing our song. And I had about 30 seconds away from the end of the song is when I had the heart attack. Now, being the professional I am, I finished the song. Then I went to the washroom and started thinking about the signs of a heart attack. My brother had had a heart attack. My uncle had had a heart attack. My father had had a heart attack. So it runs in the family. And but I was the youngest to have the heart attack at 42 years old. I sat there in the bathroom and recognized all the signs from all the stories that were told to me by everybody, and I realized I am having a heart attack. Oh, by the way, the song that we were singing when I had the heart attack, believe it or not, was Elton John's Don't Go Breaking My Heart. That's right. So, of course, the big joke is now is whenever I go out and do karaoke with my friends, the first song we always sing is I Want to Be a Billionaire by Bruno Mars, since, you know, who knows what'll happen. So, anywho's, now, at that time, I had my work van, and we just had a one car. I would just take my work van everywhere. And then we were a one-car family. So I had taken the car. And here's my thinking while having a heart attack. Well, if Becky needs to get to me, there's no way she can get to me. Of course, there was a way to get to me. Cabs and things like that. So I had one of my friends. We didn't call an ambulance. We were about well, the bar that we were at was 35 minutes away from my house, and then the hospital is about another 10 minutes away from my house. A friend, the girl that I was singing Don't Go Breaking My Heart with, drove my car, just absolutely flew, and then another friend of ours followed along so she could get back to her car. She called Becky, said, we think Matt's having a heart attack. She got me to the house. It's a 35-minute drive, and she got us to the house. She got me to the house in 17 minutes. Becky got in the car, got the girls in the car, rushed me to the hospital. Yeah, she didn't realize that she could just go ahead and pull up by the emergency doors, just being in a car. So she parked the car in the emergency room parking lot, and there was a huge 45-degree upgrade to get up to there. And so she ran up there to get somebody's attention. The girls followed along. I am struggling trying to get up this ramp. And Becky is at the top of the ramp. Of course, you're panicking. You're not thinking, right? But she's at the top of the ramp going, come on, Matt. They can't help you out here. Got to get up here. So this guy comes out with a wheelchair, sees what's going on, comes out, runs out with a wheelchair, gives Becky this look as he passes by like, what's the matter with you, lady? Yeah. They get me in the wheelchair. They get me inside. They said he's having a heart attack. They took me straight back in front of everybody. They put the little sticky things all over my chest. That is when I actually had the actual heart attack. I did not have the heart attack until I was laying there in the hospital. And they had to use the paddles, bring me back. Did I see any lights or, tunnels and things like that? I did not. But basically, flatline, they brought me back. Boom, there I was within seconds. I was a very heavy smoker. Won't lie to you. And this little tiny German lady came walking into the operating room, basically where I was. And one of the nurses whispered in my ear, she says, now I know it's bad luck that you're having a heart attack, but it's good luck that you had it tonight, because the number 2 surgeon in all of the United States is going to be doing your operation tonight. And that was this little German lady. She was about, I want to say 4'11", 5 foot at the max. And she said, so, do you smoke? And I said, yes. And she said, no more. Put him out. And then I woke up in intensive cares. They did not give me an open heart surgery. I have 2 stents. One of my arteries was blocked 100%. The other artery was blocked, I think they said 92%. So, what's going on? It's a tunnel, don't worry. They gave me stents, and I went on a bunch of medications, which I'm still on. But that's why I could not stay in the HVAC field, is because of I'm blood thinners, things like that. And of course, if I cut myself open on a screw or sheet metal or anything like that, I could bleed out. So there went my HVAC career, or so I thought. So I worked in an HVAC office for many years, for 10 years. And they basically put me behind a desk, and my job for them was going around to the different departments, everything from the call center to the parts department to customer service, everything that you can think of, to the install department, to the techs, and my job was to train everybody, find out what was wrong in a certain department, and then fix it. After I fixed everything that needed to be fixed, they basically came to me and said, well, you worked yourself right out of a job because now everything is running nice and smooth. We don't need you anymore. So they laid me off with one of these, stories. Well, it's slow right now. We'll call you back. Never heard back from them. So I went on unemployment for a few months, and a friend of mine who works for this inspection company said, I might have a great gig for you. And here's what you'll have to do. And I've been doing that ever since. And that was that. So that was, there's the story of the day. What I do for a living and my heart attack story. Some people have asked some other questions about me and about my past. Yes, as you all know from watching the karaoke video from when we were on our cruise, I can sing a pretty darn decent Elvis song. I used to be an Elvis impersonator for many years. And when I was younger and thinner and could still fit in the costume. But yeah, so that's why I can sing Elvis like the way I do. Did that for several years. Every contest that I've ever entered, as far as an Elvis sound-alike contest, I've never come in less than third place. I even sang as Elvis and dressed in the costume at Becky and I's wedding. And when we went to Vegas, decided to go ahead and sing some Elvis there. Came in first place at a contest there. So got some pretty good perks from the casino. But I've done contests all over the place singing Elvis. So that's a pretty fun job. Or that was a pretty fun job. Now I just do it for karaoke nights and things like that. What else about me? Don't you know? I am a legally ordained minister. I have done several weddings, and sadly a few funerals. Our friends Brad and Debbie that we have featured a few times on our vlogs. I actually performed their wedding ceremony for them. So yeah. So I do that as well, and I still do that on the side. Julie and Dan, the ones that we went on the donut run in Cincinnati, I performed their wedding ceremony as well a few years back. So that is fun. Yeah, I do enjoy doing that for people. That's about all I can think of right now. So as the sun sets and the blood moon shows up, I'll show you that, hopefully. Hopefully the clouds won't obscure the blood wolf moon tonight. So I'll leave this right here, and I'll talk to you a little bit later on tonight. Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to see this blood moon or not. First off, the camera won't focus in on it because of the fact that there is not enough light. Well, maybe, hold on here. Maybe we got it. I don't know. Ooh, my hands are so cold. It is only 6 degrees here in Chicago. Kevin wants to be outside with me, as you can hear him barking in the house. Okay, so that was it. You got to hear some stories from me. We kind of saw the blood moon pretty good through some of the clouds. Still very cloudy out, but we got a couple little shots of it. I wish the camera would focus more better. And that was really it. So if you like what you see, as always, please give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe down below. And we'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you'll actually get to see the family doing something next time. But we'll see you next time on Where the Heck Are the Albans? Bye, everyone.